again, as mentioned earlier, three-phase electricity is generated, transmitted, and distributed. In three-phase, electricity in general is generated, transmitted, and distributed in three-phase. And when we look at a residential service, it's really just 1/3 of a three-phase system that we're looking at. And then based on what the transformer is that's connected to it, determines what the ultimate output of that is going to be. For us at home, it's 120 volts. Other places, it's going to be a different, based on what the need is there. Now, why three-phase over single-phase in general? One of the primary reasons is the electrical machines and the things that we're studying in this class, motors, generators, transformers, they're cheaper, simpler, and more efficient in three-phase. Now, right now, we don't know why, but that's what this course is about, for us to understand that. And we'll get into the reasons of why those three things occur in three phases versus single phase. The three-phase transmission allows more power to be transmitted for a given weight and cost. Initially, we might look at that and go like, ho hum, so big deal, whatever. But when we start looking at big picture things in terms of, these incredibly powerful, complex, expensive transmission systems, the fact that you get more power for a given weight and cost, it is absolutely a big deal. And for us to understand that, it's important. And then something else that may be even a little less obvious is this idea of voltage regulation. In other words, I have this, initial place X, and I have to transmit that power that's generated here to some user that's here, right? And so voltage regulation is the idea that, if I have, I'm just going to put a number here. If I have 1,000 volts here, what is the voltage when I get to the point of use? And that's a big deal to be able to maintain what we're going to call good voltage regulation, so that when it gets to the point of use, that it's as close as 1,000 volts as possible. Okay, knowledge of three-phase power, three-phase circuit. It's essential for us to be able to go forward in a power or electrical machines course. And what we're going to find out is, when we get into this and we dig into it, you might go like, oh goodness, these three phases, and they're all 120 degrees out of phase with each other, and the complexity of working with that is going to be so great. But it's really not. What we'll do primarily is we'll look at three-phase, and we'll pull one phase, and we will apply the same things that we've used up to this point to the single phase. And then we'll have this some really easy things that we do, primarily this magic number, the square root of 3, and we apply that to the other two phases, and the problems become very easily managed and understood. Okay, so that's our introduction to three-phase. So let's dig into this and get into the particulars of it.